welcome to another Let's Talk About. As tonight we're going to be talking about
Vivarium.
Yes.
Vroom.
We have myself, a Jesus, a Jeremiah, and then a Jess and a Lee. So I'm trying to point accurately. There we go.
Yeah.
So, hey, Lee, your name is Jess. Jess, you're the same person. You guys are the same individual. What is the definition of
A vivarium.
That's what I heard.
That's what I said.
The definition is an enclosure, container, or structure adapted or prepared for keeping animals under semi-natural conditions for observation or study or as pets, like an aquarium or a terrarium. It's vivarium.
Yeah. So,
Ominous tone here.
ominous tone of this movie. So, what do we think about the film?
Spoopy.
Spoopy.
Psychological.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a thriller it definitely poked at your brain, and as the theme for these films, for this film review watch segment, it's supposed to be movies that have like a not a twist ending, but like they get weird at the end. So this movie
definitely got weird.
Yeah, it's not to spoil things too fast, but yeah, it was kind of a crawl most of the way, and but you were enthralled as to what these people are doing, and then it hit you in the head, or they hit somebody in the head that triggered everything.
My take on the plot was
It's not. You can't have a take on the plot. It's just what is the plot? What is the plot, Jess?
okay, fine. The plot is these people are trying to find a place to live, this boyfriend and girlfriend, and they go to this crazy identical house neighborhood called
Yonder.
Yonder, yeah.
Sorry,
Yonder.
I couldn't remember what it's called, but it's called Yonder, and every single house looks the exact same, but they go to number 9, and they cannot escape this neighborhood, no matter how hard they try. And then a child appears, basically. A baby appears
in
that
a
they have to
box.
take care of.
Here we go.
Yeah, in a box. And they have to take care of it in order to leave. That's what the box says.
Yeah,
and
in
they
order to
start
be
taking care of
released.
Yeah, and they start taking care of this incredibly weird child, which honestly we kind of think is a mimic, but that's our
It's
input.
an alien or a mimic, and a mimicking alien. That's my
So they have to
interpretation.
take care of this thing, and that grows really fast and does not act like a normal human.
Is oh my god, the puppers.
Henry. Yeah, Henry's.
Henry, do you want to say something about Vivarium?
He said he likes rainbow shit movies.
Yeah, so they delivered the kid. They try to raise the kid, and that's
And-
pretty much the plot. I mean, right? Yeah, they try to buy a house. They get trapped in this weird neighborhood, and they're told to raise this child, and they can leave. And
Does that happen? No.
I mean, they did leave. They did.
What was the statement that said raise the child to be released?
Yes.
Yes,
And
and
be-
release meant death.
And be released.
Is it?
Oh,
Spoiler alert.
Well, I think we're
Well, they
there.
spoil.
We,
um.
by the way,
from
we
this
will spoil
on,
this movie.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, lots of spoilers.
So, yeah, the movie released in 2019 for the Cannes Film Festival, and then I think was officially released to the public in this year, first in Ireland, and then I guess all over the world. It boxed and box office gross was 427,000. So, I mean, not a lot. It does have that indie film vibe, but it was pretty freaking good. It to me kind of feels like this movie is. It's an interesting film. It didn't really have like a dramatic message, other than like I don't know, maybe the mundanity of living. Like we're just in this cycle that we raise a child. The point is to just let the child go to a job. It will eventually die. We're dead. Our purpose is done. Like our purpose is just to procreate and raise this thing that mimics us and learns from us. That's it. But yeah, what's y'all's like? What do you think the movie was trying to say?
It was trying to tell you that there's a lot of questions that will not be answered in this movie. I need to know.
Yeah, there is a lot that the puzzle the kid was trying to solve, the different dimensions. I think that I don't think that's really the point of the film.
I think that they were trying to make you think about different things and like figure out for yourself where this thing is going or what this thing is, where this place is that exists.
Yeah.
That all the clouds look exactly the same, all the houses look exactly the same. Everything.
Yeah, but what is that
place.
saying? Like
See,
everything
I
is. Mm-hmm.
I liken that to this dystopian nightmare that you see. There's like this theme of the fear of normalization and communism, old things, and that kind of thing, where everybody has the same lot. It's the exact same. There's no variation. It's a monotony. It's a draining of all of our individuality. I feel those things here, but I think for me, my takeaway, the big message is that life feels very, very much like well, kind of like it's pointless. I see nihilism in this.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the point of any of it?
Soulless.
It was work to make money to buy a house and then watch your
die.
life drain away. It was just.
And eventually it loses meaning. Like they miss wind, they miss air, they miss smells, and miss taste. Like it's just a cookie cutter thing that you're going through. Yeah, no, I think cookie cutter is a really good word.
I wonder if it's also very subtly, very not really like in the forefront of the movie, but maybe it's like trying to say something like, don't take regular things for granted as well, like the taste of strawberries that you can't taste in this movie, the taste of food, of anything in general, the feel of the air, the smells, because apparently when they get in their car they say something about car has a particular smell and it just smells good. It smells like home.
It's like a real smell. Have you noticed it?
Yeah. I like it. I've just been breathing it in.
Things that we kind of see and feel and experience every single day, maybe don't take that stuff for granted, because you never know when it'll be gone.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that was like the main message.
No, but it's a point that it's a cool little thing to discuss. Yeah, don't take things for granted.
I think one of my favorite things that you guys just mentioned, and I know I'm probably jumping off into all kinds of tangents, but the idea of the fact that you can subsist, you can get nourishment in, you can sleep, you can move, you can do your day-to-day, and that's being alive technically. Like someone can give you an augmented reality to keep you alive, but without that sensory interaction with the environment, you literally lose your mind. Your cheese slides off your cracker. You're just done.
Yeah,
you start losing it day by day.
Yeah, as they were definitely they were psychologically being affected by the situation they're in, just not being able to taste food and the the repetition, the isolation. That's why what's his face? I don't know, Tom. What was his name? Was his name Tom? What's our bro's name? Yeah, Tom.
That's
Tom and
Gemma?
Jenna and Gemma. Gemma.
Gemma.
Gemma. Yeah. So Tom was digging because he's a gardener.
Stop! Gemma, please, just let me dig, okay? This is something that I can do. Please, just let me do this.
That was his thing. That's what he was latching onto, and that's the only thing that he could do.
One thing he could do.
Yeah,
Yep.
and she was a school teacher, so the only way to try to beat the system was to appeal to this child as a child and try to learn from it as teacher would, like, oh, tell me about these things, and play with the child, and positive reinforcement so the child can give you information.
Pretend to be me. Whatever. To be Tom.
Gemma, stay! Will I do a dog?
Yes, please.
Woof, woof, woof!
Because they're both in their own individual ways trying to get out, but they're this not system, but the environment that they were in, everything that they were exposed to did separate them, and I think it also possibly it could be a take on like what does it mean to be human, because you can eat the same, everything looked the same, the food looked the same. The house looked like your average house. The picture of the house inside of a house.
Yeah, I know the picture of the room inside each room you're in.
Yeah, it was very communist feared cookie cutter, like you were saying, of what a home should be. And they had it. They had their dishwasher and their washing machine and their refrigerator. They had their food, like press clean clothes, like everything they needed. They had a TV, they had a living room, 2-story home, a backyard. What else do you want? But they didn't have the they didn't have the human experience. That thing grew up in like less than a year and learned everything, learned how to discuss, learned what the meaning of fear was.
You don't really mean that I'm welcome, right?
I was being polite.
Why are you being polite? Is it fear?
Probably.
Probably.
Learn how to drive, learn how to navigate mazes and subterranean things, learn how to trick people, learn how to live and dress and walk like a person and act like a person, but it wasn't the person. It didn't have that emotional tie. And like there's subtle cues that this, the creature was, the second Martin, if you will, it mimicked the mom. It spoke like the mom when she died.
Pardon?
I said, I'm not your fucking mother.
Whatever.
So it did retain those habits that you get when you're being nurtured, but it still wasn't a human. It still lacked that human experience. I don't know. What do you guys think?
This might be a little too far out there, but it's something that I was also thinking.
What's up?
It's definitely about the human experience and about, you go through life and you are trying to find a house together and trying to grow up and be adults that way, and then all of a sudden, oh, you have the house, oh, but you also have a child to take care of. So you have to figure out how to take care of a child that way. And this is weird, but because they didn't nurture this child, because they didn't love this child, because they didn't interact with this child a lot,
Create the child.
yeah, maybe it's also a parody, or maybe not a parody, but a reflection of possibly maybe this is how like serial killers are born because they don't have nurture in their life.
Well,
or maybe not serial killers, but at least
I'll let's say the sociopath tendencies of serial killers as a like a formula has been debunked because it was just a cop that was trying to link all these murders together, and it happened 3 times, therefore it's forever now. But I mean, I see what you're saying, that if you don't raise a child in the correct environment, there tends to be something off with the like a non-sympathetic or growing up in a harder time. Sure. Yeah, I can see that because the kid was stopped yelling.
Definitely something that's stunted and
the child stopped yelling once the Gamma, however I pronounce her name. Gemma. I'm sorry, first time I've ever heard that name. Gem. So when Gem went to the car, like took the kid out after Tom threw him in there, he stopped yelling. He started trusting her more. And it really wasn't until he was growing up and kicked them out of the house because now the baby bird needs the entire nest to grow. Like that one cuckoo bird or whatever the fuck it was called.
Yeah. Talk about some symbolism there.
Yeah, like the entire film was foreshadowed in the first 5 shots.
5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, here's a bird. It kicked not a bird that should be here. Kicked the baby bird out. Grew so big it took over the nest, and the mama bird is still feeding it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what the film was.
Can you call that a parasite?
I wouldn't call it a parasite. A parasite is leeching off of them. I don't think it's leeching off their life. I think it's just using
symbiotic,
them.
But negative.
Is there an symbiotic growth? I don't know. As a bio major,
I feel like that's more parasitic, but
I don't know.
The
it's
negative
a mix.
Side of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a mix of both, I assume. Yeah, for sure. So
and how did she know what that was instantly?
What?
That was just great that the kid says, "Oh, there's birds on the ground," or I just noticed these baby birds fell out of the nest, and she goes, "Oh yeah, it's one of these birds. It's just what they do."
Magpies.
I mean, she probably just likes birds.
Cuckoo. Yeah, sorry.
It's cuckoo.
It's a cuckoo film.
And then go cuckoo. I'm just kidding.
The film, it goes cuckoo.
The main actors are, of course, Jesse Eisenberg as Tom. He's the boyfriend / gardener /
slasher.
No, he's a slasher. he's the guy who just is trying to get out, and he wants to do everything in his power to get out. Imogene Poots is Gemma. She's the girlfriend / elementary school teacher. I think that's what she was.
Yeah, I mean, she was in the education business for kids.
For sure. I think she's in element, but it doesn't really matter. She is trying to maintain her relationship with Tom throughout this entire movie. She's trying to reach out to him. He's more obsessed with this hole than he is with her, and she just is craving human interaction, human touch, human and she's just not getting it from this kid. She's trying to, but she can't get it. Sean Jennings is the little boy that we see throughout the most of the movie, I would say.
He did a fantastic job. That kid blew the shit out of the oh god.
Yeah, he imitated them perfectly.
He was a creepy fucker. Like, that kid did great.
Yes, he was.
That kid did amazing.
Martin, the salesman.
Oh, his fucking creepy facial expressions. And then when he mimicked her perfectly, like in the
I was
where
like,
he was showing off the house, and you're like, what the fuck?
Do you have children?
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
And you didn't think that was gonna
Yeah.
pay off later? Oh man, that was fucking
the actor who played him is Jonathan Aris. So, I don't know what else he's in, but oh my goodness, he's really good.
yeah. He
Um,
looks familiar, but I think a lot of these are Irish and British actors. So
yeah.
they didn't have a lot of they didn't have a large cast. Like, it was pretty much just those two, and then the different version of the child.
Yeah, it's pretty much like just that: the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the child, and then the grown child, and Martin.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
pretty much it.
That's
There's
pretty
some
much it. I mean,
there's
you get a
some
couple,
other characters,
Yeah.
but
you get a couple of glimpses of other characters, but you don't know anything about them. They're just
Yeah.
they're just there.
flashes, basically.
Yeah, like I mean, the scene. It was cookie cutter. That was exactly what it was supposed to be. It looked like a drawing of what a kid thinks a house looks like. Like every street, every roof, everything was like cookie cutter. It was exactly the same.
Lovely sky we have. It is lovely to live under a lovely sky in a lovely house with lovely houses all around us.
Even the clouds. That's the thing.
The clouds
the clouds look like clouds. They were just fluffy white little things
They
all
were
over the sky.
disgustingly similar to clouds.
See that other cloud?
Yes?
What's that cloud in the shape of?
A cloud?
Yes. Another cloud-shaped cloud.
The music was creepy and testified. I think the filming was pretty good at like showing them kind of starting to lose their mind here and there, especially at the beginning when they were trying to find a way out and they couldn't find a way out of their maze. There wasn't too much to like special effects or like high editing or anything like that. Because like the sound design was great, yeah, for sure. Especially with headphones. Like when it was annoying to hear the kid bark and wolf. Like if you're listening to it on headphones, like you just heard the kid run in circles and it was fucking annoying. I mean, like it was a great little thing to catch, but it's fucking annoying. And like we said earlier, I think the pace was pretty slow, but I think that's the point of it. It's supposed to be long and drawn out because the idea of just living this mundane cookie cutter life is boring and long, and the process takes forever. Yeah. So, any creative elements that you guys think, or any plot analysis? I mean, we kind of already did that. Like, I think the movie did a fairly good job at exactly what it wanted to do. It wanted to have this this kind of like psychological ride on like what does it mean to be a person, the mundanity of just life and the cookie cutter. I don't think it was like focusing on like something like capitalism or anything of those tropes that you could have used. It was just you grow up, you get a house, have child, your purpose is gone, child repeats it, gets more people to not that the kid, the alien, the frog demon, whatever the fuck it is, it procreated in of itself, but it continued the cycle to do that. It continued that limbo of find a person, find them a house, those things have kids, those people die, the creature, child, frog, demon takes over, and then repeat the process over again. Even the fucking car was recycled. Like, everything just fucking is a cyclical pattern. Cyclical, is that the right word? Cyclical?
Yeah.
Cyclical.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like
yeah.
wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, exactly. That's I think that's the whole point of the movie.
I was curious though. I was going to actually ask because I know Jeremiah made the comment too. What do you think about the? I don't know if monster is the right word, but those elements that they brought in to kind of shock you with the boys' development and then some of the cutaway big surprise scenes. What did you think about those?
I thought it was pretty good. I don't know, Jeremiah, what did you think?
To tell the truth, I don't quite understand what the question really was. I was trying to process it still in my brain.
Oh, like
when they brought in the surprise elements, like they were asking the kid to imitate something, and
Oh,
whatever this part of your body just
during the thing. So I was just kind of curious if you were likening that to like a game or some kind of. I've never really seen anything like that I could think of. That
The
it would.
glands that kind
Yeah.
of
glands. There we go. I mean,
is frog clothes? I don't know. Is
I
that-
think a frog.
What was that one with the on the horde game? What was that called?
Oh, the Bandersnatch, I think.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Is it a Bandersnatch? I think Bandersnatch is maybe Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
But it's not a bullywog, but it's in the
Bullywog.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Is it a
Bullywogs are the frog kid. But there's a creature that's like a frog demon. It's not a bullywog that literally eats you whole, and I think its tummy is a different dimension. Like you get eaten into a different plane of existence.
That
Yeah.
seems kind of interesting parallel.
Yeah, it's these. I really think, at least from my interpretation, I think these fuckers are aliens, just living amongst us. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And they are. Huh?
Just the screaming, that element that was coming through with the kid.
Yeah.
Yum yum.
Here's the thing. Like Jesus makes a good point about maybe they're just aliens trying to live among us, and they kind of acting kind of sus, but nobody wants to get them out of the airlock. So
I think pretty sus, man.
but
pretty sus.
What
I vote them out.
the thing is, the reason why he was living and acting the way he was acting is because I think it's just the aliens, or if they are aliens, this is what they see. Oh, the child is screaming and the mother is feeding it. So this is how children are supposed to act, right? Okay, so this child that's gonna be being raised by the humans to do that little cycle that we've been doing. I guess this is how it's supposed to be. That's why the child was just yelling at the top of his lungs to get what he wants, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, that would make sense to me.
So, and also with them playing, it was like he didn't want to say because he wasn't supposed to say anything, but finally the gesture of love, if you will, from the mother was like, hey, you want to play a game with me? So he got enthralled by that. So he was like, oh, let's go pretend. And then finally the answer was like, oh, do you know anybody else that you could pretend to? So that was a smart move from Gemma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like the child's finally like, oh, this is what I've been wanting all along. Just, be with my mother, quote unquote.
It also does show that negative reinforcement versus positive reinforcement. Like, your child screams, so you lock it up, you hit it. They hit you, so you hit it back. Like, it's just a kid that doesn't know any better. Versus treating it and just talking to it like a normal person. It asks questions, you respond to those questions.
Mm-hmm.
This is a supernatural fucking frog demon, but whatever.
He has feelings.
Does he though?
He does.
I don't think he does. I think he lacks empathy.
Well. He imitates them well.
He imitates what he sees. I don't think he...
I think like when, because he didn't understand her being annoyed, like, oh, are you overwhelmed, is this what it is again? Like, she is crying and like screaming and horrified, like, are you overwhelmed? I don't know what this is. Or when she says, oh, thank you, or you're welcome, like, is that sarcasm? Are you mad at me? But I'm not actually welcomed here, right? I think he understands definitions. He understands the wording. He understands how to act like a human, but he doesn't understand the human emotion. He doesn't understand human subtlety.
Are you overwhelmed again, Mother? I am not your mother.
Yeah, when he repeats and goes, "I'm fucking disgusting." I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh.
Because he's just repeating like a bird. Like a bird! Like he's just a bird.
And honest, the screaming thing is what I was thinking of baby birds screaming to their mom for food.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's all birderized.
Yeah.
Cute.
Cute.
Alright. So, I think we're at that time. Final words. Who wants to do final words?
Final thoughts, final words.
Thoughts. Say your piece will forever be final.
If ever you have a child in a box delivered to you,
Kick it.
maybe just return it.
RTS, just return to sender.
I have a final word. Let me.
Yes. What's your final word?
Oh. Kill it with fire. Just kidding.
All right. If we had to give this a rating, what would our rating be? Lee, what are you rating this film?
Rainbow craziness. Honestly, if nothing else, it was thought-provoking. It was interesting. If I'm going on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a solid 7-ish.
We never give solid numbers on this channel, Lee.
Wow.
I'm giving it a runny 10. I'm no.
A runny rainbow shit out of a full rainbow shit.
Solid cement sidewalk lifted up and crawled under. Whatever number that translates
God,
to.
that's a
7.
that was fucking creepy as shit. But
And
yeah,
then
so
also color dimension, descent into madness. Loved that.
and then our next film has a lot to do with color. Speaking of colors, so yeah, we'll watch that in a minute. But yeah, would you guys recommend this film to somebody, to the audience, to anybody?
I would absolutely recommend this film. It's might be a little slow, tad slow, but honestly, the progression of where you start from to where you end at was so dang woo, it gave me some legit scares for a second.
Yeah, as soon as the Martin number 2, I guess, crawled underneath the cement, it's just like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? I thought that was just normal tea. I did not know there were shrooms in there.
As soon as those glands started happening, and no.
That was creepy as fuck. Yeah,
I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
So,
what do you guys, Lee? Jeremiah?
No, I'd recommend it. Like, it is that the movie is slow, but they did such a good job on it that you're just enthralled in it because of the way they were progressing the story. There's so much questions.
Yeah.
So what's this? What's this? What's this?
and you're kind of joining them in their kind of descent into madness.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think you should definitely. I would recommend this movie. I think how I would recommend this movie is like this is a movie that you press play and then like you and your significant other are like, oh shit, we forgot to do food, and then like you get your laptop. All right, I guess pizza location. What do you want? You want pepperoni? The movie's still playing. Like okay, all right, good. You want fries? I don't want fries. Well, what about a salad? The movie is still playing, and then by the time the food gets here, you're like, oh, it's picking up a little bit. Then you start eating the food, and you're like, ah. This is the movie makes points now, and then after that, you're like, oh my god. That's how I think you should start this movie as soon as you order your pizza.
Your dessert surprise is gonna catch you.
Oh yeah, for sure. But all right, guys, thank you so much for listening to us ramble as we dare call this a film podcast. We just like talking about stuff, and this is our we like talking about movies. So it's a indie film. It's good. Go watch it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We have some merch down below. Don't forget we also have a role-playing channel for D&D and a whole bunch of other things like that. And then we have a Let's Play channel where we play some video games. And yeah, we do things on Twitch quite often. So all the info should be down below.
Come check us out.
Yeah. But we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.